anyway, that was a bit of a long introduction, but when I heard about this book, I got very excited because this basically is just jumping into that from a slightly different perspective of neurolinguistics. And it's just saying that this author's hypothesis is that essentially the invention of written language, again, coinciding with the rise of the patriarchy, right? This is not a coincidence. It's actually kind of a chicken and egg thing, or another way to say that would be, I'm sure there were so many factors that led to the downfall and the oppression of these pre-patriarchal societies, right? And the growth of the subsequent growth of the patriarchy. And there's so many, explanations about these tribes that came from here, and, they had metals and they were warring tribes and they decimated these more peaceful, right? You can look at all these puzzle pieces on the chessboard and go, okay, this is why this happened. But I think there's so many more factors than we acknowledge. And I think a big piece of that is, when the human brain started to adapt to written language as opposed to oral and pictographic communication, neurological changes started to happen, right? And we sort of touched on that very briefly in Brooks' talk with like right brain, left brain. Humans are essentially the only species where we have this bi-lobed brain, right? 2 lobes. In basically all other species, those lobes are symmetrical and they're identical in function. In humans, they are symmetrical, right? They look identical, but as everyone knows, I think at this point, right, like left and right brain are, completely different in terms of functions.